export in Excel, it does QuickBooks, so it has the basic functions to export the data for sure. Excel, you can work with Excel, Aaron, right?
Yeah, I also work with
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
I can tell you one thing.
Yep.
We have an accountant.
Yes.
And because I have 2 businesses, and he gives me hell every year. He's like, you did not put your mileage down on January 1. Every time you go somewhere, I cannot do this for you. And now it's super easy.
Now, you know the mileage is so great.
Right now, coming here, it's trap. You can't go anywhere without this app knowing it.
No, it's good. At the moment, so the app is smart because the moment you get to 15 miles an hour or 22 kilometers, it turns off, and then after like a minute break from that, or 2 minutes, a little bit more, maybe 3 minutes, it just says, okay, your trip is done. And then if you want to, you can connect them. It's really great. From what I remember, it's 55 cents off per kilometer if you do it properly, which is great. Okay. Great comment there. Okay, so I wanted to go over the compensation plan. So we have a sheet here. It looks something like this. We're going to go over this little gray box here. It says Tranont compensation. So I just would like you to follow along because I know some of you can't see the screen at the back. Okay. So we're going to go over this document here. Great. So this is our little compensation plan. I know it looks overwhelming with a lot of numbers, but it's actually pretty simple to follow along. Okay? So a couple things. You all remember to get started with Tranont is $349, right? And that allows you to become an associate. Here. This is our first position. The highest rank you can achieve in our company is called CEO. And that's not CEO of Tranont, it's CEO of your own life. Alright? Yeah? Next is we need to know how many points we need to earn on a monthly basis to get our ranks or bonuses, or commissions, right? And that is what we call group volume, from 300 all the way up to 1,000,000 points. And remember, if someone's part of your team, it's 100 points, and all of our services vary in different points. Okay, but it all counts. Next is how many personally sponsored or how many individuals you introduce to our company. To get started, you need between 3 and 4, and you can launch your business. Next is max leg percentage. So how many team members do you have on one leg or one team versus the other one? We have to have a balance. And we're going to cover that shortly. But let's get started. So the first position to earn is executive, which is 300 points, or how many people do we need?
3.
3, right? And you will make a $100 team bonus per month. This is how we build our group. So let's say this is you here. And our goal is to sponsor 3 associates. So how it goes 1, 2, and 3. So 3 associates. And 300 group volume gets your first rank. Now, depending how you want to structure your business, you can actually place some family members or your spouse or your kids there. It's no problem. And I'll tell you about one of the advantages. So let's say this is you, this is your position. You refer a service, you get to 10 to 30%. But the points that are generated to earn the bonuses that we're going to talk about goes to the person who invited you and goes up. So like I did my mom, my sister, and my dad over here because they're divorced. So my mom and my dad cannot fight that much, so they're like separate. So then if I give my mom a service, let's say I know a business and I give them a credit card processing. So my mom will get the 10 to 30%, and then I get the points to advance her rank. So you can actually keep twice as much money in your family if you decide to do that, double dip, but it is optional. It's like, if you're going to build a business anyway, these 2 spots are like a piece of real estate. Let's say in downtown Regina you own the last little piece of real estate, and the whole city develops below you. Do you think it has value if it has a big team already later on? For sure. And if you're going to take your family, you can structure it that way as well. But let's talk about, let's say, John and Jane as our first kind of really active associates. So for example, if you are a good builder, you can continue to place people under people. So in my structure, I have signed up personally 23 people, but I've placed them in my team. So I placed them like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you get paid regardless of where they are in your business. You get paid for sponsoring them and placing them to build depth to help your group team succeed. Okay? So we're building one long team down, or what we call in the industry one leg. And of course, you're going to help John to develop his second team or second group using his or her contacts, right? Jane, same thing. You continue to build your second team, and you have, of course, Jane and John now having their two groups as well. Okay, so we get paid unlimited generations. Later on, let's say someone down over here in Australia joins, maybe switches over their cell phone. All of those points flow up. So we don't have any cutoff, no breakaway. It's very simple. You build your team and you get paid all the activity that's generated. That's a big difference.
Every person the whole way down get those points?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. What is your name?
Sheila.
Sheila. So let's say this is you, Sheila, and I place someone down here for you. You still get the 100 points for your Jeep.
Okay.
Fair, right?
Fair.
Yeah. Next is.
How about if you go all 16 below you instead of the...
You mean you do 16 like this?
Yes.
You can do that, but it's a very bad thing to do. There's no financial reward to go like this. It's like you have to. It's like you have 16 babies. That's a lot to take care of, right? Or you can place them and give people benefits so you spread the work. Okay. So this is a unilevel structure. If you've been in the industry, but we build 2 and 3 teams. That's it. 3 legs. All right. Later on, you will develop your third team if you want to make some big money as well. And like I said, this is like owning a little piece of real estate. So our rule is build a team, secure your residual income, and be a leader and have fun. And I had a great conversation in the back there. You know, people say, well, what if I want to help just do services? You can do that, but we've been able to do 2 things at once. If I know a good friend of mine, and I refer him, let's say, a cell phone as we launch, how do you think that friend would feel if I made $10 a month for like 3 years from him, and I didn't tell him that I was making that money? Do you think he would feel a little bit kind of bad? Or would I say, listen, Thomas, I'm going to make $10 a month from you. Why don't you just become a member? You can make commission on your own deals, and you can do the same thing. So we get 2 for 1 when we actually present the business properly. So I've personally not signed up one service, but I have lots of new associates that refer their own stuff, and we build a much faster business, right? So does anyone have questions on this part? Because this is the most complex part. The rest is pretty easy to do. Does anyone have questions? Yes, Tammy.
No cap?
There's no cap, unlimited.
And what if person S1 passes away?
Then this, if it's family, it's inherited. It's like a piece of it's like a part of the estate. So this position is inheritable, yeah.
So that person can will it to you? Or?
That person can will it to you, of course.
Okay.
Yep.
And if number 3 down goes inactive, they bump up to you?
No. So if they're inactive or not, it all flows the same. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Great. Okay, what's up with this death and inactive? Like, horrible questions. Don't sign up people. No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. Yeah, so, but it was like funny. Okay, this guy's dying. This guy's gonna quit. Yeah, it's funny. Cute. All right. Next is okay. Next is talking about financial consultants. So to achieve this, with 1,200 points or 12 people, you get your 100 plus 500 for your G. Yeah, we talked about that in a break. Great. If you're taking notes, this line is very important. This kind of splits the program, because from this position to 2-star SFC, you need 2 teams or 2 legs to get paid. From here down, you need 3 legs or 3 teams. So let's talk about 2-star senior financial consultant. So you're going to require to sponsor 4 people, okay? And from those 4 people, or if anything is placed in your organization, we require 20,000 group volume. So approximately how many people do you need?
200.
200 in your whole team, right?
Oh, 200. Okay.
200, yeah. Or if you have 120 people and lots of services, also counts. Okay? So let's say, how much are we going to make? So this is what we call the minimum or the base income. So in our whole compensation plan structure, 70% of all money that comes in gets paid out to the field. 70%. So this is what you're going to get paid. So for a 2-star SFC, your team bonus is $3,500 per month cash. You get $500 for your G, and $300 for your life bonus. So right now, this is paid just as cash every month for you. It's in regular income. So your minimum you get paid if you take the Jeep is $4,300, plus you earn some profit sharing as well. So this is where it kind of gets a little bit, you gotta focus to not lose what we're talking about. So our company pays out 15% of all revenues to the leadership. So which means here you are part of the management pool, which means you get to benefit in 4% of all revenue. So let's say our company does $1 million in sales. 4% of $1 million is how much? $40,000 bucks. Come on, you guys need to know how to count money. It's important. It's the only math you need. It's 40,000, right? So depending how many shares you have in this pool compared to others, that is how you get paid, right? So for example, from this 40,000, you would earn 3 times more than someone that has 1 share. And you would earn, half as much as someone who has 5 shares. A little bit less than half, right? So you can earn for your profit sharing an additional $2,000 per month, which means your base income is $4,300 plus up to another $2,000 per month for a total of $6,300 every month for having about 200 people in your organization, plus all the additional services, which gets really exciting. So that is a goal that we'd love to help you with, and to make it balanced, according to our last example, you're going to need 100 or 10,000 points from one leg or one team, and 10,000 points from the second team or second leg. All right? Does anyone have any questions on how we got to 6,300 per month as a 2-star SFC? Anyone have any questions? Is that pretty?
Where are you on this sketch?
I'm vice president.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was 4 months of hard work. Okay?
Good 4 months.
It's a good 4 months, yeah? So by end of the year, goal is to be CEO. So you can actually, this was the profit sharing pool, which was this is the percentage of how we pay out. And I'll show you what a CEO makes, no problem. Okay? It's on my dream board, I'll get the goal, no problem. All right, so for CEO, how many points do you need? 1 million per month, right? So how much are you going to make? 25,000 team bonus, 500 for your Jeep, and 500 for your life bonus. So the minimum is 26,000 a month. Plus, how much profit sharing do you get per month? 104,000 a month. So you can make up to 130,000 a month as a CEO in our company. That's a good month.
When do you plan to retire?
That's all right.
I'm right now 26, so my goal for retirement is 30. I can do it. I won't really retire, Aaron. You know this is BS. This is not true. I like to work, so instead of working like 60, 70 hours a week, I'll work 20 and I'll feel great. Plus, I would love to open up another business too and set up a trust for my family. So lots of fun stuff, right? Have a family in the future, so good stuff. So yeah, the company does take care of you if you want to get there for sure. Since our business is so new, and when you do the math, there will be hundreds of people that can be CEO in Canada. There will be thousands and thousands of people earning a free Jeep. Don't worry about this. If you help enough people get their Jeep, and if you help enough people go full-time, you'll get all of this. This is just happened. We started, remember, with 23 people in January. We have 2,200. I'm expecting to have 15,000 to 20,000 people by year end. It's growing that fast. 10, 15, 25, 30 people are joining, plus we have lots of referrals. Think about it, if you have like 1,000 people on your team and everyone switches over their cell phone or internet once we launch, that's a huge income. Right? It's like 800 people just joined your group with one launch, right?
And Saskatchewan.
This is all Saskatchewan, right? That's it. All right, we talked about that already. All right, last part is talking about, and we're good on our 15 minutes, is the insurance side. So I know some of you are possibly interested in this industry. There's a lot of great money in the financial services as well. And the best part is it's not like traditional sales. It's not like a typical realtor or insurance agent or mortgage broker. Because those industries, once they teach you to go talk to your friends and family, and once you run out of those contacts, you got it down, then the real hard work starts. Well, here, what our strategy is our whole business is funneled towards helping people create a retirement plan. The company doesn't make a lot of money on the Jeep and the comp plan. Think about it. If you have 12 people, the company's only creating $1,300 of revenue. You get $600. The company's not making that much money. So they don't make money on this. They don't really make a lot of money on the Rogers, Shaw, Telus, Bell, and they don't really make money on the membership. They make a lot of money on the financial services. So we drive the whole business to help people create a retirement plan. And if you write a policy as a licensed individual, there's great commissions. So say, for example, someone is going to pay $80 a month for a retirement plan, which is approximately, let's say, $1,000 a year. So depending on your rank in the company, also you can earn it through the financial services side as well. If, let's say, you write a policy that's $1,000 of revenue in a year, you would get, for example, 30% or $300 here and 77% here. Okay? Let's say, for example, I enroll, let's say you, Tammy, okay? And let's say I'm vice president and you're an associate, there's a 47% spread there. So if you write that policy, you get your $300, I would get the difference, right? Just an example. Later on, let's say if you are vice president as well, what's the difference that we have between each other? Vice president, vice president. Is there a difference? No, right? So it kind of breaks away. But now you get a vice president override. So let's say you write $100,000 worth of business, I'll get 15% of all of the business that you write. So there's a huge income. So when we talk about making $6,300 a month here, you'll make $6,300 on another income side as well. So that's actually $12,000 a month if you do get licensed. It's incredible money if you decide to do it.
What if we know someone who is a financial planner already?
You can have them be part of our business too if they're licensed, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a little bit tougher to do, but it's tougher to do because they're going to be resistant. Okay, so you're going to need some firepower to convince them. So that's where we come in. Huh? Phone a friend, phone a friend. Okay. Next is, of course, we have great recognition. We are just starting in this market, so I believe next month we'll bring some trophies and recognize some of you that have your 3 people. By the way, when I was in Montreal, people were like, "Where's the French?" So Tranont is French, actually. You know what the word Tranont means? It's a French word, and Napoleon created it, and used this word a long time ago, and he said it was changing direction strategically. And it's a good company, it's a good term, because we want to change. If you don't change the direction of what you're doing in your home economy with your finances, it's going to be tough. So Tranont is the perfect little change life name for our company. Kind of something cute. For financial consultant, you get a nice big trophy. And then we talk about our trips. And the last part I want to share with you is, yes, we have a whole system, but a big part of this business is reason why you're doing it. Okay, the reason why. So I know many of you have seen businesses like this before. You had an opportunity to join, and maybe it wasn't successful, maybe it was. But a big reason for it is your why. And you know what? The best part about Tranont is that it's only $349, and the worst part of Tranont is only $349. Super easy to quit. Really easy, because it's not always going to always be that easy. There'll be some friends that say this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That's the reality. But if you have a strong reason why, you'll stay grounded and you'll be excited about the business. I wanted to quit hundreds of times, but I quit for 5 minutes, and then I'm excited at helping my team and so forth. Why is a really big reason, right? I already told you my why, and this is something that you need to think about. Yes, maybe you want to get to 1,000 or 500 or 5,000 a month, whatever, but there has to be other reasons why. And think about it, and talk to your partner about it as well, because that is the only thing that's going to keep you motivated to continue. You get motivated by your own goals. No one can motivate you. That's complete nonsense. You have to get motivated by your internally, and that's the most important thing, is that you set up your why. You want to do the business. Super key. And before I answer your question, Tammy, I just wanted to share with you a little vision board or dream board. I've done this for many years. A mentor of mine, when I first started, back when I was 20 in business, I learned a couple little tricks. And some of the things he's like, well, Jacob, your income is the average of your 5 best friends. So if you don't like the average of your 5 best friends, don't wipe them out, but look for new people that that will improve that average. Because if you're the wealthiest in your group, you have like a posse, they're going to bring you down. And if you're the poorest in your group, you're going to rise up. So he told me, I remember, go out and hang out at hotel bars. I would go to a bar that's not a party bar, it's just a nice hotel, and talk to those business people that are bored. They have a family, just talk to them, make some connections. That's how I was able to build a big network, just meeting high quality people at such a young age. Not all my university or construction friends is where I build my contacts. As I went out to go to real estate workshops, just meet people was super key. And the second thing is having a dream board. You'll be surprised what you can achieve if you write it down, if you're clear what you're doing. This is just a little idea, right? I have retired my parents. I like wine, so drink wine. That's just a little extra. It's like really small, you can't see. Read more, dress well, leadership. Not only make money, but invest properly, be part of the community, eat healthy. These are the 3 owners. That's me. Have a big result in Vegas. The next trip is in Tahiti, by the way. That's a really nice trip. I would love to go there. Then, some car stuff, be a better public speaker, a Jeep, family, and I would love to get a home in Kelowna. And you see my CEO is right there. And I bet you most of this stuff will come true this year. And it's kind of scary, but I like to win, right? You get lucky when you work hard and when you have a plan. You get lucky a lot. The world is a very special place. It doesn't matter if you're religious or spiritual, but the world and the universe goes in your favor when you have a plan and so forth. When you don't have a plan, when you're aiming at nothing, you will always hit it 100% success at not making it. But if you have a plan, we'll do it for you, and we're all as a team, we're all motivated to help each other, and this is what makes the business really solid and a lot of fun. Make a why, what is your reason, and we are here to help you. Yes, Tammy, go ahead.
Well, first of all, I agree with you about positivity.
Sure.
And goal making and dream boards, because one's on my mirror all the time.
It's good. Yeah, it works.
Story of my life. But sorry, just a quick question. In your elevator speech, right, you have like 1 minute to capture people, your cold market, warm, whatever.
I'm not very good with cold market, but
okay,
go ahead.
Okay, so warm marketing. When friends say to you, okay, so what's Tranont all about? In 1 minute, or you'll lose them, what's a good elevator speech?
So
people ask me this all the time.
You kind of called me on the spot. I'll think here. Depends on the relationship a little bit. I usually say, there's a new company launching here in BC. It's different. It's not based on selling products or convincing anyone. It's based on helping people save money and make money on the services that are already paying for. And there's an opportunity to be part of it in a really early stage. So you have 35 minutes. I would love to tell with you more what it is. I don't say the company. I don't say cell phones or Rogers. I just set up the appointment. We have a little simple script to teach people about how to buy properly. The first thing is you clear their schedule. So let's say I'll call you up and say, hey Tammy, it's Jacob calling. How are you? And let's say I'm moving, right? I say, hey Tammy, it's on Friday evening, I'm moving, I got a couch, I got a piano, can you come help me move? Majority of people would say, well, I'm busy, right? You got to wash your hair because you're awesome. You would not come. Or if I say, hey, do you want to come to this MLM meeting at 7 o'clock? What do you think people would do? No way, right? But what if I say, hey Tammy, it's Jacob calling, how are you? What are you doing or what are you up to at 7:30 on Friday? And you're like, well, I'm either busy or free. If you're busy, I'll choose another time. Hey, I'm free. Great. Listen, there's a presentation taking place at Twisted Vine, a restaurant. There's a guy coming out from Vancouver who's very successful in the business. He's helping launch this market where we can help people save money on their services. A little bit of opportunity. Just invest the 35, 45 minutes. We'd love to take you there and show you. Right? So you want to clear their schedule first before it works for business, for dating, whatever, right? Sure. It works. You got to clear their schedule first, then you can insert anything you want.
Dating?
Dating is fine too, right?
Date.
I'm just saying, as a joke. As a joke. Like for example, people like sometimes they ask me, well, Jacob, how do I ask this girl on a date, right? I'm like, well, clear her schedule first, right? You can't give her an excuse to say, oh, she's busy. Ask her if she's free, and then ask her out, and like, okay, and it worked, right? So it works for all things. So it's fun. We gotta make it fun. For example, if you're talking, there's two types of people you talk to. Like you got your friends and family, and then you have your business contacts. When talking to your family, you don't need to do like a 10-step close on them. You can tell them more about the business. You know, most of my family is not that supportive, but when I tell them it's important, I tell them my why. Of course, they're gonna listen. If I'm trying to sell someone, they'll give me a chance. But if I actually tell my friends and family why I'm doing it, of course they're much more open to the idea of supporting my cause. Yes, some business contacts, they focus, hey, there's a new project, hey, I'm looking for some partners. There's ways to talk about it. It takes some practice for sure, but there is some good sizzle points. If people are pretty reluctant in this community about network marketing MLM, make sure that in your pitch you say, look, it's not product sales. You don't have to present, let's say you don't have to sell products. It's nothing like that. It's a different business model. Okay? Gives you a huge advantage. You can also say it's new. Not a lot of people. We help people save money. All these things.
I go on the side of trust and friendship. Because
of
I would
relationship,
never talk to my people meaning family and friends,
Sure.
unless I was passionate.
And sometimes, you know what, my friends and family are not supportive either. I said, great. You know what, I know you want Rogers. You know, I'll call you back in 6 months, no problem. I'm just looking for the visionaries. Maybe you're not the person that this business needs right now. That's okay. Great. It's like if you asked for a dessert at the restaurant, the waitress is not like, oh my gosh, I got rejected. Oh my gosh. No, I know some of you will take it hard when your friend says, no, but it's okay, move on. Right? It's okay. All right, I know we went 15 minutes plus like HST over time. So I know don't know that before? We used to say, 7 times.
So I hope you guys learned lots tonight. And if you have any questions, like I said, I'm always here for any questions that you have, or you can go to the person that's referring this video to you. All my information is on my profile page here for Periscope, so you can just click on the link right there. I would love to have you part of the team. If you don't have somebody who referred you, if you have, fantastic. I hope you have a fantastic evening, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.